Design Logic, and my name is Michael Edward. Last episode, we were joined by Sydney Giamatti, a filmmaker, and we talked about the value of design and what businesses can take away from the art and design community. So today we have Kencovia Jean-Baptiste, and yeah, here you are, Design
Hi.
Logic.
Hello.
Welcome,
Thank you for
welcome,
having
welcome.
me.
Yeah. So Kencovia, real quick, where are you from? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am born and raised in the Bahamas.
Oh, my future vacation spot. Go ahead.
I've been around art, creative people all my life.
Nice.
My mom, she is I call her creative. Because she can do anything. She can sew, she can make beads, she can paint, she can do all this stuff.
Oh, so you come from that family.
Yeah, my uncle, he's a painter, he's an artist.
Nice.
All my aunts know how to sew. It's just this thing in our family where everybody just has that, innate almost. And so it's probably inevitable for me. But I live here now in Atlanta.
Welcome to Georgia.
Yeah, with my husband.
I don't know if I said that with a good face. Welcome to Georgia.
Right. With my husband and my 5-year-old son.
That's a full-time.
That's double.
Jobs.
That's double full-time,
Right.
yeah. I'm also full-time at SCAD.
Hey.
And I'm going into my 4th quarter there.
Nice. And for those of you who don't know, that's the Savannah College of Art and Design.
Yeah.
FYI, do you know?
And I'm studying luxury and fashion management.
Nice.
And I work part-time as an assistant. And I'm full-time conceptualizing my own jewelry line. So
That's
all
the
of
exit
that
plan.
is happening
Right now.
right now, all together simultaneously.
That sounds like Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah.
So, Kencovia, would you
Yeah.
consider yourself an artist or a designer? With you going to SCAD and all, there's like a whole bunch of, a lot of those, I'm in the design, I'm in the
I'm
art.
an artist.
Yeah.
I'm a designer.
Which one do you consider yourself?
Yeah. That's a great question, Michael. I feel like a lot of artists struggle with that question. I struggle with that question.
I think I still do.
I think.
Yeah, I think.
A little.
Maybe.
But I feel like it's just where you are as a creative.
Mm-hmm.
If you feel like you're an artist for whatever reason, then that's what you are. If you feel like you're a designer and
Right.
it's more, professional and I'm a designer.
That is definitely the air probably that comes off.
Then that's what you are. But it's
Right.
all based on where you are as a creative. For me, I feel like I'm kind of in between both.
Okay.
Because it's almost as if like the artist part taps in, which is like the more emotional part. What am I trying to say? How am I going to convey that?
Right.
I'm thinking of all these different, facets to kind of bring this idea together.
Right.
And then there's this, the designer part where if I'm speaking to you, or I'm introducing myself, or
Right.
oh, she's a jewelry designer, or she's a fashion designer, or
Right.
whatever the designer you may be, or
Right.
whatever field. So I just think it's just all based on where you are as a
'cause
creative.
I know, like, when we were talking in a previous episode, we were talking about, some people look at designers as just the problem solvers, and then
Yeah.
other people look at artists as the people who just doodle in the corner.
Yeah.
And sometimes in the business world, it's like, oh, that's the art department.
Yeah.
It's like, no, we're not.
It's not really valued.
Yeah, we're not with crayons over there, like.
Yeah. Like there's some serious innovation thinking going on over here for real.
Right.
I totally get it. And I think a lot of corporations don't value the creative element of their company as they should.
True. True.
A lot of the messages are conveyed because of creative people.
Right.
A lot of buying behaviors are happening because
creatives,
of
right.
creative people. And so, even with this show, it's amazing what you guys are putting together because it's kind of merging those two elements of tech and of design and even of business.
Right.
There's a business element to this too.
And it's like everything.
And how does it
like,
all work?
It's like consolidating now in the real world. So since we brought up business, how has the business of fashion influenced your long-term goals?
Well, it's GAD.
It's like that's our starting point.
SCAD, yeah. Before SCAD, it was always, this is what I want to do. But I never knew really how. How am I gonna execute this?
Right.
And execute it where it's going to be effective the way I want it to be. It's going to give the message that I want.
Right.
It's going to attract the people that I want to buy it.
Nice.
How is this all going to happen? And I felt like going to SCAD and learning these different elements that will help me with my business, whether it's supply chain, whether it's sourcing, whether it's knowing literally the business of fashion, the financial part of it.
Exactly.
Fulbright. Shout out to Mr.
I know, right. Patrick Fulbright. Hello, here we are.
But there's just these different elements that all in the end, it's all towards the one goal that you started off with.
Right.
And so the business of fashion itself has been tremendously impactful, influential, and even mind-changing.
Right.
Because when I first came in, I was like, oh, this is what I want to do.
Right. Talent.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you go to a couple classes at SCAD and you're like,
this is business.
Let me,
right.
Bring this back
Exactly.
and look back at this and see what I can tweak and talk to certain people.
Right.
And, see what other ideas people may have about this thing that I have that I want to do.
Right.
And so, networking, that's a big major part too.
And it's crazy because like a lot of designers don't understand why they haven't been valued or why they haven't seen the results. And a lot of times it's because they're so focused on passion that they're not focused on how this passion makes money. And the cool thing about the business of fashion or the business of design or the business of side of things is it's how you can monetize on your passion. And a lot of times I feel that business people don't value the artist because the artists don't value putting their business side, their business hat on.
But it's great that you said that because like I always tell my friends, like in anything that you do, like there has to be balance.
Right, exactly.
Like there has to be synergy, for it to work. And that came with trial and error. Starting off something and it not working and sitting back and trying to figure out why didn't it work. Right. And you're like, oh, I totally lacked this. And I really lacked this. Right. I was great with this, but my, whatever it was that I'm lacking outweighs everything else that I know. Mm-hmm. So what do I need to do to kind of balance that? And like you said, artists don't really value the monetization of their passion.
Right. But when they do, oh my God.
But when they do, it's like...
The checks start coming in.
No, you're going to pay me $500 because I worked 10 hours on this project for you.
Right.
So,
exactly.
and I get it. And I feel like when corporations feel that energy from artists, designers, then they're appreciated and they're valued.
All right, so since we're talking about the business of fashion and just design in general, change is important. Last episode, we ended talking about how the industries are changing. Oh, God. And so in the fashion world, the word is latest. The latest,
trending.
The latest, you're trending, right? Yeah. So my question to you would be, is what can businesses learn from the fashion world about this latest? This is not the final, but we are always doing something. What can we learn from that?
What's happening is that consumers are driving the economy. Consumers are demanding how, when, why, what, when, and how much I want to pay for something.
Right. And a lot of times it's not the high end.
It's not. And then too, is like we're not really loyal to one brand like our parents were. Right. And so now when you talk about the luxury business, they're trying to figure out ways to attract you and I. Right. And then again, here comes that balance of attracting you and I, and how do we do that, but still keep our luxe, our luxury vibe, about our company and our products. And so, because the consumers are constantly changing, right? I think that's what major companies should look at, the consumer. Like, even though companies may say, like we're totally consumer driven, we love our consumers, and we're doing this for them. No.
A lot of times it's I love their bottom line.
That's it. And I feel like if you really take the time to, value your consumers, really find out, spend the money on technology that will help you figure out your consumer a little bit more.
Right.
A lot of companies are now doing that. I just did a paper the other day. Right. A blog, the other day.
Scad, you're getting a lot of airtime right now, but it's good for you. Though. It's good for you.
I did a blog the other day with a company that's actually, they are doing what they call signature research. Nice. Visual researching. Mm-hmm. What's happening is they are taking photos from any regular person, and consumers are now able to find that particular product if they want it in their store. Nice. And I mean,
that's game changing.
Amazing.
It's like human-centered, a lot of
completely
the whole industry. And this is why I think designers bring so much to businesses, because designers, we're empaths at heart. Yeah. We're always trying to tap into some place or some energy to create something. And so a lot of times when we're creating for people, we're always observing, we're always analyzing, we're always going into that place. Yeah. And I think having a business or having any industry, if we were to say it, when they become human-centered, they start to see how their companies can increase from a monetary standpoint. And then we also can see how companies are decreasing. There's like a major book chain. I won't mention their name. I won't get lawsuit. But I remember when I worked there, because my background is in design and experience, I was just thinking, I was like, man, they could do this, they could do this, they could do this. Oh man, and we'd hear the customers, complaints or this, that, and that. And it's like, well, why haven't you guys maximized on this? You have this. And why haven't you guys really implemented that? But again, that's an example of not using a human-centered approach. Yeah. But now that businesses are starting to value designers, we're starting to see empathy roll across the first word. We're an empathetic company. It's very different. And so definitely I think we're in a great place. So if there was one piece you could create, Kencovia, that every business person could wear across the world, what would it be?
Wow, that's a great question.
Design logic, I know, right?
I know that. That's a really good question. I know now it's probably even more important for us to really show unity, and that's just straight across the board. And you mentioned worldwide. So because I'm in jewelry design,
nice.
It would probably be like a bracelet.
Okay. Why a bracelet?
Simply because it's unisex, anyone can wear it.
That saves cost. And fashion world, I'm guessing that would save cost.
And it would probably be connected to things that everyone is connected to just naturally. Which I probably think of like elements, wind, water, fire. And kind of include those types of beads in that bracelet and just solidify unity, and we all bleed the same blood, and it's all love, and kumbaya, which is what I mean. I think in our hearts we all kind of want that.
The same thing, right?
I think we all kind of want peace. We all want love.
Or is that designers? Is that the artist in us talking?
It is the artist. It's not the designer. It's that emotional connection that we try to make with things that we design. Right. So yeah, I mean, we all want those things.
Nice. All right, Kencovia, it was amazing having you here on Design Logic.
Thank you for having me.
So we talked a little bit earlier about you starting a line, and we want to be able to follow you in that process and just to get to connect with you more. So where can we connect with you at?
Well, I'm on Instagram, Kencovia I, and I'm also on Facebook, Kencovia Jean-Baptiste.
All right. We will spell that out for you guys.
Yes.
Don't worry.
It's not difficult.
It's in that little lower third or something.
But the line is going to be called Treasure.
Nice.
And I'm also going to have a male section to this called Treasure Him.
Nice.
So I'm going
finally a line for men.
Yeah, I'm going to do a little bit for the gentlemen.
Nice.
And it's completely inspired from where I'm from.
Okay.
The Bahamas, and it's lots to be seen. It's lots to explore. I'm actually going home in December.
Okay.
So I'm super excited because I'm going to start doing some research and taking lots of photos and just trying to put everything together that I want for my first collection. So we're aiming for the second half of 2017 for the launch, and so I'm super excited about it. Can't wait.
Awesome. Well, like our 4-year-olds do.
Yeah.
Boom.